Deming's 14 steps to total quality management. Step number 2. You have to adopt the new philosophy, meaning that this philosophy of perfection, you actually have to adopt it yourself, and your entire company has to adopt it. Right? You have to constantly strive for perfection of quality, and you must no longer tolerate the commonly accepted levels of mistakes. Right? Like for instance, if you go to a restaurant and you order, some food, only to wait 20 minutes for them to come back and go, "Oh, that's out of stock." Like, "Oh, I know that we're a steak place, but we're out of steaks." How many of you have had that happen lately? Ooh, I know I have. Or this story with a buddy of mine. He took a vehicle to a Volvo place, and they said it'd be a couple of days, which is understandable. And 3 weeks later, calls and says, "Hey, I want to know if my car is ready." They're like, "What car?" And you say, "Well, you took all my information, this, that, and the other." And they're like, "Oh yeah, let's call you back. Let's call you back." So they call you back and say, "We lost your car. we did. We have to apologize. It was all the way back in the back of the parking lot. Why we put it back there, I don't know. But we promise we're going to get on it right now. And it'll be done in the next couple of days. But we'll call you." Another 2 weeks goes by, no phone call. So he calls. You're like, "Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, we got that, and it's done." It's like, "Well, it'd have been nice if you called me." Right? And come to find out, when it was done, they hadn't even worked on the problem that originally it was sent in there for. So there's, $800 a person spent on a car, and it still didn't fix it. So, common mistakes. Communication. Right? Communication. That's all they had to do was communicate. And of course, in the first place, if they'd put it, whatever their process is of taking in the car and putting it in line to be serviced, it did not happen. That was a huge gap in customer service in every way whatsoever. So that person will never go back to that Volvo dealership again, I guarantee it. You want to find somebody that can work on it, that'll communicate and not have such a gap in service. And Deming talks about a chain reaction. Every time you implement one of these 14 strategies, there's going to be a chain reaction of quality. And it'll get better and better and better throughout time. We all know what we want for quality. Just make sure you're implementing that into your business. Because remember, you were born of greatness, for greatness. Now go get that OODA life on.